Ivan, nice to
Hey,
see
how are
you.
you?
So
Nice to
good to
see you.
see you. So good to see you. So, a 35K project, it's a pretty good sized project. And so I guess I just wanted to chat with you, talk about where you was and maybe talk about your journey of like coming into clout and obviously investing in yourself and backing yourself. That's another thing that I think is important for a lot of people to hear is like you got to back yourself. Let's kick off basically just who are you? What do you do? Maybe we just talk about your current situation at the moment, like your business, where people can find you, etc., etc.
Well, what I was doing beforehand, I was a video editor for a company in San Diego, California, and I got laid off, and I was in a really bad space. I'm a photographer also, and I was doing gigs here and there. People told me, "Oh, you know how to film and do video?" I was like, "Yeah, I can do anything, really." I was like you say, the human tripod.
I say that to piss people off, but I don't actually mean it in such a derogatory way. It's like the reason I say that is because like I know it gets to people, but like it's really just been hired as a creative technician versus a creative visionary or a creative director. Like it pulls people away. Like don't be a human tripod or just creative, technically minded. Like be a creative visionary because that's what brands will value. That's what people will value. Anyway, carry on. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
And it's not bad. I mean, people make a living out of that. And I still do photography here and there, videos for people over here and there. Now that I was laid off, I was in a very bad headspace. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to
Mm.
do. I need money to basically keep my family afloat and put a roof over their heads. And I was panicking. I had for like 3 months to live out of our own uh, savings, and really, I came around Instagram looking for ways to figure out what to do, and I came around you guys and Clout. It kind of makes sense. Uh, I talked to you, and you pushed me and made me realize that I have no idea what I'm doing. So when I started with your team to work on my business, I had no idea what to do. I thought I knew how to do a business. I didn't, I have no idea how a business is made. And I
So
started working.
like a lot of people feel that way. Like because we spend an enormous amount of time on ISO, camera movement, all the techniques, new camera coming out every week, color grading, Premiere Pro, sound design. Like there is a mountain. I think we're one of the only biggest, like one of the amount of work that we have to learn. Like I get a carpenter has to learn stuff as well, but the enormous amount of department on pre-production just alone, you know, post-production, massive cameras, equipments, lenses, lighting. And then you wonder why, like, then you've got this other thing called what? Running a business. It's tough.
It is tough to be a one-man band, especially like you say, it's learning how to use this thing
Yes.
and lights and frame rates and ISO and shutter speed and difficult technicalities over here and there, and just producing, post-producing, editing. It's so much that when you become an
Mm.
expert, you're like, oh, I'm an expert, but you forgot on how to do the business. And that's where cloud came in. It helped me out with my business. I had no idea on how to do a business. I thought I knew, and you guys showed me. It was such a game changer. I'm not going to say it was easy. It takes a lot
Mm.
of, what do you call it?
For you, it's been, yeah, it's for you, it's been a lot of taking responsibility, owning up. I know
Ownership.
that ownership has been huge for you, but your level of commitment has also been very high. And I was joking around about backing yourself. You did back yourself. You really did back yourself. Like you just knew you were missing structure and we'll talk about the offer in a second, but the offer and you had that commitment and you were willing to look at it and take responsibility.
So yeah, after I started with you guys, I was thinking on doing a documentary piece on what I went through to get where I am. In short, my wife has a health issue, and she had a double lung transplant. And I wanted to tell that story. And currently, I'm doing the documentary, and that put me in a space of if I can do this for myself, why don't I just start doing it for others? Tell their stories, make a dent in people's life for the positive. So my niche right now is uh, biography documentaries
People
of
getting a lot of people getting old.
a
A
lot
lot
of
of
people
people
are
getting
getting
old.
old.
Lessons to people.
There's a lot of stories that are not told. There are a lot of stories that families don't know.
Hmm.
And what better way to capture it than with a documentary cinematic style video where I can bring up photos with AI. I can mix my ideas on filming, on knowing how to put the lights and making it
Mm.
look really cinematic, and add to it the newest stuff. Like we have people that are not here anymore, and we would love to see and embrace. And we can do that with AI so they can actually see it on their screens. So I'm basically capturing life and bringing it
What a
to the
cool.
families with great memories.
And as you said, you've touched on a few things that I think is important. It's not like you're running around going, I'll work with any family. Like there's certain things where you can see that the demand for that is higher and lower. Like a young family might not have priority on it, but an elderly family or, ones that wanted to be involved in their own legacy, where you can
Yeah,
see the niche where this is going to be passed down for generations to come. And if we're going after affluent families, families that have, a bit of an impact on the world, so there's certain things there that I think you're very clued, we've kind of we zoned in on, so to speak, that is creating I think a lot of demand around what
yeah,
let's first talk about the one of the first projects that you got within this niche. I believe it was for 35,000.
yeah. You guys have
35,000.
been, it was $35,000 for one project. And you guys helped me out to, first off, get my ideas into paper to show an offer, to
Yes.
show these people. I had the idea. It's like, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that, but focusing everything, put an offer, and they loved it.
Can I ask, sorry, I think this is a big problem for a lot of filmmakers is that they're very generalized and they're very much like open for shop. And, a lot of them come and they think if they niche or if they get too specific that what's going to happen is they're going to run up and dry out of work and they're going to deter people away from them. Can I ask you, like, when we got the offer put together for you and it felt real and tangible and it felt like it was packed full of value and you felt good about it, like, how did that change your mindset? Like, how did that change and impact your
Well,
focus, your direction?
I mean, everything you guys said was on point. You have to have the three S's: specific niche, specific person, specific pain point with it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a. I've changed it a few times throughout your time with us, but I simplified it recently, which is Pacific person to a Pacific problem to a Pacific solution.
Exactly.
Because niching is not enough. A lot of filmmakers, oh, I'll just pick plumbers, or I'll go after builders, or I'll go after carpenters, right? It's not enough
It's a
because
person
it's a person, it is a problem, and a
and
Pacific
a solution.
solution. That to me is the true essence of really niching down. I feel like affluent clients are attracted to specialists. I feel like, you can charge more when you're a specialist. It's like if you had a heart problem, would you go see a general doctor or would you go see a heart specialist, right? So it's about being able to charge more. But the other great thing, and this is something you're going to find in 2026 because we're going to help you do it, is you can scale because the people are similar because the projects are similar but very, very different. The story and the creativity is completely different, but the systems you build around it, because you're not dealing with multiple different industries and multiple different things, you can build more systematic approaches to the storytelling, which allows you to handle volume, right? Carry on, carry on. I'm sorry, I'm just excited talking to you.
So those,
I love. There's not, there's nothing, there's no better feeling to me than seeing creative people win because I think we're one of the hardest hit industries with AI. We get, as I said just before, we spend an enormous amount of time on the creativity, learning our skill, our craft, putting our 10,000 hours in. That to mix a business on top of that, it can be exhausting, overwhelmed. You can lead to depression, underpaid, not knowing your
an-
value.
anxieties. Yeah, it's terrible for creative people because creative doesn't go along with business. And it's really hard for us
It's
creatives
like
to,
creative left brain, and that was a right and left just smashing and colliding against each other.
but like a box rings, like they're hitting each other and
Yeah.
you don't, it's difficult to flow. And you guys just make it seem so fluent with the videos you guys have. Your team is amazing. I mean,
Thank you.
you've been helping me, and I landed
Hmm.
my $35,000 project. And what I did, what is really cool about this project is talking to the family of this person. It's a 90-year-old person. She's a lawyer, and she lives in New York. And they wanted to capture their family, the business they had before, and her life. But the greatest thing that happened is I told them, I want you to be the interviewee. So they were interviewing their aunt, their mother, and they, at the end, they were so happy. They said, it's like, wow, thank you for doing this. I was like, no, thank you for letting me be part of it.
That's so smart. Like I always say, like if you ever get interviewed on like, like if I was telling you to get interviewed, for instance, right? I would say to you, find your best friend, find someone very emotionally connected to you or someone you slightly look up to because they'll draw the best out of you, right?
Mhm.
And so very clever of you from a creative director's point of view is putting someone in front of them that's familiar that can pull out the true emotion so you can just capture it. Smart. I used to do that all the time. I used to do it all the time with my clients. If I couldn't connect with them in any shape, way, or form, or if I felt like I was like jeopardized, because it was for me, it was always like story first, story first. I've got to get the story right. I would just say like, who is your best friend? Who is the person that's the most closest to you? And we're bringing them to that day, and you're gonna take care of them and say thank you, but they need to ask you these questions. And then the night before, I would prep them, completely prep them. I'd be on the phone for hours saying, say it like this and trick them this way. And if you can make them get angry at this point and like poke them a little bit and just so we can draw the emotion so they forget about the cameras because the biggest thing is the cameras make everybody feel super nervous. You know what I'm
Super
saying?
nervous.
Like super nervous. So very clever of you.
Yeah, but once I got there, it was really funny. I started putting up my camera, the tripods, the lights, everything, and they started looking at me as like, "Oh, we're really doing this." I'm like, "Yeah. What did you think I was gonna do? I'm bringing my A game. I'm a professional. I know
Yeah.
what I'm doing." So that gave them a little bit of confidence. It's like, "Okay, I see what you're, I know now I know what this is." And I'm telling you, as soon as they saw the light come out,
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh my gosh, that's amazing!" And I had to get everything from San Diego to New York with soft boxes and tripods and everything, and they were really happy. And I'm currently editing the piece, which it's coming out pretty good.
Can I ask you a few questions just around like your experience with us, just for people that are watching back home? There will be people that are interested in and just sort of really needing the help, but they just don't have an insight to like what is really happening inside. Like, you know, I think there's coaches popping up now every single day, different ones, different things. And I guess my question to you is like, what was, a couple of pivotal moments throughout the program that was aha moments for you, or like brought light bulbs to you? Was, you know, in terms of what we got you through and how we got things going, what was some takeaways that you could potentially offer up to somebody else that's watching this?
Well, first of all, I have to say you have to be committed to your business. You have to be committed to yourself
Yep.
because if there's no reliability on yourself, no one's going to do it for you. I'm a very shy person. I barely leave my house. I have my home office. I I like to stay here and I've been challenged to get out, to do things outside here. And I'm not going to say it's easy, but you guys kicked my ass. Your
Where
team
do you see where do you see what we're
kicked.
gonna do in January?
You
We're,
guys
we're,
kicked my ass. Really. I went from I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where to get my leads. That was the biggest thing. I had no way of having leads. Now I have a system where I know I have to go do this or do that and how to talk to my potential clients, make their offer exactly what they are looking for without running around and just on fire pretending that everything's fine. So I have a lead management system, how to go and get clients. Um,
you're growing now. Your project sizes are around 30K, and that will only keep amplifying now and keep growing. The big fear is when you get the unusual budget, right? For instance, you've got a big budget ahead of you and you're like, I was never used to getting that sort of. And so then you go into, oh my God, I've got to be like super creative now and I've got to really give them my best and everything, which you should feel like with every project. But as you evolve and you start to get used to that and you start to get more of that and lots more of that, your systems will start to have to adapt to the volume, and you will need to start to tweak things, dial down things. Sometimes you may have to turn the lead flow off because you've got more than enough work and you don't need more work, because if you take too much on, you can have a delivery problem. So, and then you've got to balance out getting editors and people to support you and everything else in between. Let me ask you this as sort of I think a final question is, if anyone was sort of listening to you talk now and they were on the fence and they were thinking about working with us and my team, um, what would you tell them?
invest in yourself. Do it. I would say if you don't know where to go, cloud is a great place to start and a great place to end. There's, I mean, I've done a couple coaches here and there, but it's nothing like the system you guys have. You have the
Thank you.
videos, you have the knowledge and the teaching part of how to do it. Um,
And the
which
accountability, ass kicking.
the ass kicking is key. If you have people saying, "Oh, you're doing great, just go ahead and do this," this is not your place if you want that. If you want to be like, "What did you do and what's your uh what do you want to do in the future?" Let's do it this way and accountability. That's the word. For me,
Yeah.
cloud has been accountability for myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes, most of the times, I'm working on doing some edits and stuff like that, but accountability is what your team's giving me.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
kick my ass.
Yeah. I always say like you know, speed is really fundamental, but if you haven't got clarity first as well, and I think then it's the accountability. So like I feel like you've got a fairly healthy roadmap ahead of you, and I think you're gonna have a massive 2026. I know we're having a session next week around developing an even more of a 2026, more of a dynamic offer because now we've got more insights. We can work on it. We can work on things. What do you, what's your plan for the future? Let's just, are we scaling this up? Are we building?
I want to scale it up. I want to help out people get a job with me, have a great place to work at. I want this to be a legacy.
And yeah, that's the thing I love. Like, that's the thing I love. Like, I know a lot of storytellers, they come to us and they're exhausted, they're overworked, they're underpaid, they're stressed out. Um, but what I love more than anything, right, is of course I love getting them out of that, you know, they're in that really rough spot financially. But what I love more than ever is when they create value in their communities and there's demand around them. And they take something that wasn't really there before and the value is there. Because like as I said always, like, you know, we will give you the tactics, we will give you the strategies, we will show you the you know, the sales techniques, we'll show you the lead generation, we'll help you develop your offer, we'll get you very much specialized. We'll help you with the demand as much as we can push it. But ultimately, value is what will grow the business. Like it'll be you that will do it, not me. I'm just guiding you. That's all we're doing.
Exactly.
You are the hero of the story. Like there is no way we are the ones that are making you do it. I always say, like, we're responsible for you, you're responsible for your success.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's you that's making it successful. And I just want to say, like, you know, I've worked with a lot of creatives, dude, and it's because you backing yourself, you're committed, and the thing you said before about taking responsibility and the fact that you're open to accountability as well, because, you know, accountability can activate a lot of ego and a lot of like kickback, but you never did that. You worked with us and you did what we said and you're now on the path to growth.
it's a
Thank you.
it's a it's a path, like you say, and I wouldn't be here without you guys. I mean, I owe it to Clout.
Thank you, man. I really do appreciate this. I'm sure that there'll be people that will see this video and it may help one or two people get them across the
And
line. And
just I have to do an extra thank you because you've seen me be in a really bad headspace and in a tough spot, and you actually made videos not targeting me, but really targeting me. And
I know,
thank you so much for being there.
dude, you're going to get me emotional. I really appreciate you, man.
Eh,
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
all right, Michael, thank you so much.